If you recognize that song, you might have grown up in the 80s.
Hello?
Hey!
It's Sunday night.
It's Sunday night.
You know what that means?
Sunday.
Your weekend is over.
No, it means the amazing week you're about to have has just begun.
I like it. I like your perspective. I'm Carrie.
Hey, I'm Adam.
He's my husband.
Papa Bear.
Papa Bear.
Yeah.
We are the co-founders of Whole Life Entrepreneurship, and we do a live here on our public page every Sunday. So thanks for joining us if you're along for this ride. Hey, before we get any farther,
Yes.
super big announcement, really quickly. We'll talk about it again at the end, but I want to get it out now. Now. We have formed a partnership
Yes.
with a fantastic organization called the C-Suite Network.
Mm-hmm.
And that is super exciting for us, for you, for all of the members of C-Suite.
Literally for the world.
For the world. Like this is happening, people.
Yeah, it's amazing because the C-Suite and the Hero Network is all about how do you live business in the most amazing possible way.
The most amazing possible possibilities that are even possible.
And what we're trying to do is bring to it, hey, look, there's this whole life thing, this balance between making amazing profits and living amazing purpose, or having a life of success without regrets.
Yep, so that's where we come in. They've asked us to come and create a community for entrepreneurs to come and get loved on, and to have their members be supported in their efforts to be well-rounded and have lives of success, not just businesses of success, but entire lives of success. So we are conducting a webinar for them this week.
And guess what?
It's this week.
You guys get to come.
You can come.
Everybody gets to come.
Everybody gets to come. Doesn't cost you a penny. All you gotta do is go to wlemission.com/something.
Yeah.
Webinar, I think is what it is.
Don't worry. Don't try to type it. Just look in the comments.
Yeah, I'll put it in the comments. I'll put it in the comments and you'll be able to find it.
Beautiful.
But it's this Wednesday. We're doing it twice because we want to make sure that everybody has a good time that works for them and their time zone. We're doing one at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and one at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's right. That's for you West Coast people.
Yeah, but we're talking all things life, work, family balance.
5 hidden pains. We're going to go through the 5 hidden pains that cause all of the strife and suffering in an entrepreneurial marriage or relationship.
Don't sweat it though. Don't sweat it. We got you covered. There are a lot of things we can do to help figure it out together. So, moving on, you might catch a lot of tuberculosis in this particular episode because this guy has been sick for like
3
a month of Sundays, as my granny would say.
Yeah.
It's been a minute, guys. It's literally been like 3.5 weeks that he's been coughing.
Yeah.
It's not annoying. Bless his heart, he can't help it.
Guys, stay tuned to the end and I will give you a coughing joke. It's going to be amazing, but I'm not going to take our time because it takes setup and it's going to take time, but we'll get there.
Speaking of time, that is what we talked about this week in our private group.
Yep.
We talked about time.
See what you I love
But
the
I
Bengals.
look around.
Possibilities,
Something
right?
about possibilities. Dun, 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 dun,
You are so hard to read.
Look around.
Okay.
We talked about time. Why does time even matter? Time matters because you are running out of it. That's okay. Don't feel bad. I'm running out of it too. He's running out of it. We're all on a clock, guys.
It's the one
Stopper's
thing.
running.
It's the one thing we can't make more of.
Yep. It's
So-
the one resource you cannot make back. So we have to make sure that we are using our time wisely and that we're not wasting it on stupid stuff we hate doing. Everybody has stuff that they have to do that they hate doing, but your business should not be full of that stuff.
Fair. So we, in our private group, we go through 3 different things. We go through a belief hack that helps you get something right in your mind. We go through some encouragement. and we go through some tips and tricks.
Right.
Go into a lot of detail about them. You want to just rattle them off real quick?
Sure. Well, this week we talked about priorities.
Yep.
One of the things that comes up a lot when we talk to entrepreneurs, we say, well, why aren't you living a life of success with no regrets? Why aren't you?
Just not enough hours in the day.
Just not enough hours in the day.
Don't have enough
I just
hours.
don't have enough hours. Where do I get some more hours? Can I go to the Walmarts and get some more hours? No.
No. But the good
No.
news is you have all the hours you actually need.
Yeah.
It's just that you're trying to do everything. You are in hustle mode. And hustle equals complete and utter failure.
Yes.
Don't hustle, be intentional, and then grind. That is
Yeah.
a difference. And so the first thing we're going to let you guys know is all you got to do is audit what you're actually doing and find some really strong no's. What we ended up doing is getting up early in the morning, go to bed early. We took the time that we were binge watching or reading books or things like that, and we just put it to the front.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not that simple. We just put it to the front. No, that was hard.
It actually is really hard to wake up earlier. I kept saying, there are not enough hours in the day. There are not enough hours in the day. I literally added on an hour of my day by waking up an hour earlier and getting started. And I love doing that. It's really hard for me to sustain. But I really highly recommend it if you're super, super strapped for time. That is a fantastic way to start your day with a great intention.
But here's the warning. If you do that and you give yourself an extra hour or two in the morning, don't give in to the temptation to just work on more work.
Yeah, or roll over and immediately check Facebook and email. That's not it, guys. That's not it. So when we're talking about priorities, we're talking about where you're spending your time.
Mm-hmm.
If you're spending a good 3 hours a night on Netflix, guess what your priority is? It's Netflix, which is cool. That's fine. That's
Right.
cool. But
Yeah.
but we can't look at our lives and complain about the stuff that we don't have and that we're not getting done when we're spending it doing things like that. I totally agree that we need some downtime, that you have to have some time to shut off your brain. But if you are worried about misspending your time, if you're overwhelmed because you have so much to do that you can't keep up with it,
Yep.
you have to kind of look and audit your time.
So if you have the case of the hustles, then you got to do one thing, and that is the slow down.
Yeah.
You got to slow down to move fast. Slow down to move fast. I was watching my boy do a project on the history of the Cherokee Indians today, and he was just trying to blast through it. I was like, buddy, slow down. Read the directions. Make a plan. Do the work. And I tell you what, that's what we have to do, because we get so distracted by all the things that we have to get done. We end up treating everything as a priority one. We do all the work and all the effort and all the stress for every single task. And then we got to throw in more tasks. Nope, slow down. Find out, what is your critical path? What are you trying to get done? What is a now? And what, this whole, I can't remember who did the quadrant where it's urgent and important, or, anyway, I'll link something to it. It's fantastic. You got to get this stuff in your head where your highest best use is working on the right task at the right time, not everything at all the time. So slow down and go fast.
Yeah. I really like that. And, I think when it comes to thinking about encouragement, honestly, I feel like this is a struggle that everybody has. I don't know anybody who's got it all completely figured out. And I agree with you. When you kind of would do what I call a top level perspective check on where you're going, then it's a lot easier to not waste time on things, to not feel frantic and overwhelmed and overworked because you're so worried about the time constraints.
Yep. So,
It's panic inducing. It's anxiety inducing for me to live there. So when I at least come at it like a little bit of a Boy Scout and I'm prepared or whatever, I feel much more equipped. I feel more calm. I know that everything that we're in, every season that we're in is temporary, that we will work ourselves out of it, and all that takes is time.
mm-hmm.
So in the meantime, I'm going to be very careful and intentional about what I spend my time on, who I spend my time with,
So here
what
is,
I fill my brain with.
well, yeah, garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
So this is the final tip and trick, and then I'm going to get to my joke.
Okay.
The tip and trick is you got to call your shot. You got to have a clear vision, values, goals. What am I trying to accomplish? Then you got to audit your bank account and your calendar to see, are you actually doing the things, spending the time and the money on the things that are going to get you to your goal? And if you're not, you got to start finding no's, more no's. No, 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 no. Your default needs to be, no, I'm focused. I have a goal and I need margin in my life so that I have the energy to make that happen.
Do you struggle with that?
No. Yeah, we all do. We absolutely all struggle.
Yeah.
It's tough. You get, especially when you get into the flow state, especially
Yeah.
when you get into, when you're in a startup. When you're in a startup, you don't know what works yet. And so you try literally everything and you keep going, and you just don't know why it's working. Guys, at the other side of creating business systems, you have predictability, you have dependency, you know what you can do, and you can have some breathing room.
Oh,
It's fantastic.
yes. I'd love to see that.
Well,
I'd
that's
love
what
to
we're
see
doing.
that happen. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, as we wrap it up, again, think about our priorities. Think about why we are spending so much time being busy instead of actually being productive, and what it means to go fast, to go slow. And then, of course, if you're wondering exactly what your priorities are, you can always take a look at your bank account, take a look at your calendar, because that's really your scale. That's your ruler. That's what tells you the truth of where you spend your time and your energy. And you know, I feel like it has to be a mirror for all of us too. I mean, I do it too, where I spend my time kind of turning off and mind numbing, and that's okay. That's okay, as long as I'm still being really, really careful about where I spend the rest of my time throughout the day, and that's how we move the dial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yep.
Well, one more time. This Wednesday, 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. is the Why Your Life Struggles with Balance, the Whole Life Entrepreneurship Focus webinar for the C-Suite Network on work-life family balance. We're so excited to be able to do that. So we'll put the link in below here, and you can get hooked up on that and get all registered, and it'll even give you a little link to have it saved in your calendar.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you'd like to talk about today?
I'm just gonna say my joke.
Your joke, your coffin joke.
So I was on the way home, and it was late at night, and behind me I heard thump, 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 and I turned around, and there was a coffin hopping after me down the street, and I'm like, ah! And I ran home, and a thump, 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 the coffin's coming. I'm like, ah! I opened my door, I ran upstairs. Thump, 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 the coffin's hopping up and down the stairs. It's coming up the stairs. Ah! I ran into the bathroom. Thump, thump, thump. I got some rubber tester. I threw it out, and I stopped the coffin. Good night.
Bye, guys.